So I had been smelling gas in the garage the last week or so, but I had a gator in here, my gator right over there. I had it in here and I had a gas can in the back of it. I just thought it was fumes from that gas can. So Charlie and I, we rode out to Kilgore for the Patriot Guard meet and greet meeting. And I noticed that I was using an enormous amount of fuel. And then I started smelling gas at every stoplight. So we got there where we're going, and sure enough, this check valve, and very common on these Harleys, started leaking. Only, when it's on, because when the fuel pump is in here below the console, below the fuel cap, there's a fuel pump, and it keeps this pressurized. Here, right here, keeps this pressurized. And normally, usually, I think there's 3 O-rings, or there's 3 O-rings in here. And on this part, this is a coupler. You push up on that, and then this pops out. And normally, it's the lower O-ring on this coupler that goes bad. So I think I can get away with just replacing that. And I've got oh yeah, I see them up there, way over there in the corner. The burgundy box on the top of that shelf, below the yellow box right there, that burgundy box. That is my O-ring collection, O-ring kit. And I bet you I've got something I can put up in there, because Tuesday is a funeral and Mount Enterprise for a veteran. And I'm gonna do this tomorrow. The bike is still hot. And this is the end of the day. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. So the next clip is me begging for money. And when I get over the shop and sit down, I'll explain it to you. Well, I've got this shaped as much as I can on the machines. Now I'm fixing to go to hand sanding. But first, the meeting today for the Patriot Guards, and I'm going to roll a clip in right after I'm done talking. And I just want you to look around the room and take note of the age of most of the guys. I think I may be the youngest guy there at 64. And all these guys are in their late 60s to middle, and here's a guy who is 83 who takes part in this. He doesn't ride a motorcycle, but he's the chaplain, and I do believe he's a flag captain at times. And anyway, they're all old, and they're having 2 problems. One of the problems is we're losing members through age and at times death, and we're not gaining new members. I don't understand why. My personal belief is that the next generation of older men don't have the deeply rooted sense of patriotism. And I'm not talking patriotism to your government. I'm talking patriotism to your country and your fellow man and others that have suffered for their country and for their fellow countrymen. And I think the next generation doesn't have that bone in them. Right or wrong, I'm not making any judgments. That's just my personal view, is that I don't even know what the next generation behind boomers is. I honestly don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. So we're not getting new members. And my personal belief is partially because of the mindset of the next generation is not one of gratefulness to veterans or thankfulness to their country or a sense of duty to others. This all may sound corny to people who are of that era. And so I think that's a large part of the reason why there are no volunteers and we're losing people. And donations. The Patriot Guard provides everything: flags, plaques, commemorative plaques and things. flags that are given to the veterans, loved one. And there's the other reason that we're losing members, as I said, was because of old age and sometimes death. And on top of that, the donations have slowed to a trickle. It used to be $200, $300, $400 a week. Now, there's a board of directors. I mean, this is all overseen. There's nobody that, this is Patriot Guard Riders money, and it's overseen by a large board of directors. So there's no funny business. So I'm asking for two things. Anybody in the East Texas area who wants to show appreciation to the families, to deceased veterans, and to the families who suffered while their veterans who are gone. If you want to join, Patriot Guard Riders is really easy to find. I will provide a link for the East Texas Patriot Guard. And then the second thing I want to ask is if you can, and I hate doing this, but it's gotten critical. And I believe other people are doing it as well, although I don't know if some of them older guys have, a YouTube channel and a Facebook page. I don't think they're social media people. Some of them are 15 years older than me or more. So I'm asking for donations to the Patriot Guard. And if you can, write a check, because they don't do PayPal, because everybody's old. Write it out to the Patriot Guard Riders, and I will provide a link to the post office box in Chandler, Texas. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but it will be in a link as well. So there you go. I did it. You don't know what it took for me to do this, to ask for help. And, if you can't, you can't. I know times are hard, and that's exactly what they discussed at the meeting, that some people are working 2 and 3 jobs just to maintain what they had back in, 2016 to 2020. So, money's tight, and that's a fact. So if there are no donations, I completely understand. I'm not in a spot to make a large donation. I have made some small donations, but mostly on a local level for the water and the ice and stuff like that we need while we're out there standing in the sun. So there you go. That's it. That's the end of this video. Have a good Sunday. It's probably 3:30 or so. The next is hand sanding. And I think I'm gonna hand sand a little bit till until the dogs get hungry. They eat about 4. I can stretch it out till about 4:30 without them threatening to speak to the manager. Okay, there you go. The next clip is the room of the old folks. And a lot of the wives were there. Charlie was there with me, and some of the other wives were there. And just take note of all the people. And I'm pretty sure I was the youngest guy there at 64. Have a good Sunday, y'all. Let me just add this. I forgot that this was what I was getting at. You do not have to be a veteran. And it's written right, on the very front page of Patriot Guard. Most of the time it's veterans, because veterans understand the sacrifice. But you don't have to be a veteran. You don't have to ride a motorcycle. All you got to be is grateful. Love your country. Love your fellow man, your countrymen. And it doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you fall on, because there's no politics involved in this. I mean, some may joke, but this is not about politics of any kind. And let's just remember that 2 of our presidents, the one we have right now and the one before, were draft dodgers. So one was a Republican and the other's a Democrat. So politics plays no part in this, and the requirement is to be grateful for the sacrifice your veterans make, and thankful to the people who are left behind, and respectful, and that's it. And being a veteran is not one of the prerequisites. Okay. Back to sanding. All right, we are sanded up to 800, and I'm fixing to go buff. We'll be back.